Hi there, I am Pastor Renee McIntyre from Trumpet of Truth Christian Ministries in Woodstock, Ontario. And this is Kathy Persia. She's our worship pastor. And we just wanted to put a video out there to let you know just one of the things that God is doing in our midst. Kathy has recently had a miraculous healing, and we just wanted to share with you to let you know that God still moves in power today. So Kathy, why don't you let everybody know what happened to you a couple weeks ago?
Well, a couple of weeks ago, I acquired a virus which gave me bronchitis, which I'd never had before. And unfortunately for me, that virus then moved into the nerves in my face, and I acquired Bell's palsy out of that, which paralyzed the left side of my face. Not something I'd ever had before, so I started to look into it, find out what it was all about, and I found out that it was the virus attacking the nerves, and it was probably going to be many weeks, if not months or longer, that I was going to be affected by that.
Wow. So Kathy actually had sent a picture, and we're going to show you that picture of her. And literally the left side of her face was completely paralyzed and dropped. And so tell us what happened when you came to church on Sunday.
Well, I wanted to... I didn't want that to stop me from doing worship that following Sunday. It was very, very difficult for me to do anything. I couldn't blink. I couldn't hardly talk. I couldn't even really lick my lips. So it was very difficult, but I just did not want to give Satan the satisfaction that he took me off out of worship that Sunday, and I wanted to honor God in it. So I chose to go ahead and worship that week, and we did it.
It was amazing, actually. I was really surprised that Kathy had said she was going to continue to do worship, because she literally was struggling just to speak. And, she was just a champion and had decided, like she said, not to allow the enemy to have one up on her. So she, by faith, went and got behind that keyboard and led us into some amazing worship that day. Other than visually, you could tell something was terribly wrong. It did not affect our worship at all. In fact, I think it actually took it up a level, because just the faith that it took for her to be able to go and do what she was doing. Mm-hmm. So after worship, then what happened?
Well, after worship, the entire congregation and Pastor Renee laid hands on me and prayed for me and just commanded my healing. And I believed it, I received it, and all of the... everyone there, just their level of faith was so incredible and so amazing. And I know as I was being prayed over, I just felt the power of the Spirit just surrounding me. And I knew that this wasn't just about me. This healing wasn't just about me. This healing was about increasing our faith, and that God was going to do what we've asked him to do. And it was almost immediate. I started to notice the difference. And within 2 or 3 days, almost all the paralysis had left my face.
And that's amazing. So tell them what your studies had found out about Bell's palsy and how long. And what did the doctor say? How long did they say it would take?
When the doctor first told me that that's what I had, he told me right away that my face would get worse. He told me that it could last months or be permanent. So basically settle in, get used to it. This is going to be a long haul. And, there's a chance that it'll be permanent, but it's rare that happens, but it was likely going to be many weeks, if not months, that it was going to take. And I went on YouTube, I did all kinds of research, I found very, very few people who have gotten through this, and nobody who had gotten through it in less than 3 weeks seemed to be the absolute minimum. The chiropractor, I went to see him, talked to him, and he said all the cases he'd seen were in and around 6 to 9 months before they were healed from that. So
wow.
I was pretty impressed, because I said, nope, I didn't receive it, don't believe it. It's going to be less than 2 weeks, and here we are, less than 2 weeks.
And that's amazing.
And it's 99% gone.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So amazing.
Yeah. And we just give God all the glory and all the honor for this. And we just wanted to encourage you to let you know that God still heals. He still moves with power today, that there is nothing that our God cannot accomplish. So if you have a struggle that you're going through, don't shrink back in fear. Press through in faith, because God works miracles with faith. It's faith that pleases God. It's faith that moves mountains. And any mountain, any disease can be moved by faith. So be encouraged today and know that God is still moving in power.
Yes, he is.